Hello guys, and welcome back to another For Honor Heroes build video. Today's hero is the Gladiator, and the mode we're focused on is attack for the breach mode. So let's go ahead and get into the perks. As we do first, the three perks that I choose is Devour, Endurance, and Headhunter. Reason why I choose Devour over Galestorm and Early Reaper is because gaining health over speed or having my attack do 20% more damage on the first hit, which is only like 6 or 8 depending on your attack if it's a heavy or light, is not that much more. And if you're hitting a minion or somebody else on accident, or you do your punch, the damage is going to be increased by 20%, which is something you probably ain't going to want to do, but you're going to not intentionally do, trust me. While Devour is going to give you health for getting you able to keep going on the battlefield. So if you're in revenge, you can get somebody executed, you get, more health. Half of the time it's bad though trying to execute players, because when you're getting ganked, it's kind of hard to get that execution on. But there are times, maybe 40 to 60% of the time, you are able to get off some executions and breach attack. Again, compared to the other two perks that you have to choose over Devour, Devour is the way to go for breach attack. Moving on to Endurance. Gaining a renown level receives 3% stamina cost reduction, for a total of 12% stamina cost reduction on all your attacks for the rest of the battle. Even if you only have 2 feats, because each level of renown defers to your feats. So if you have your first skill, which is your first feat, you're renown level 1. If you got 3 feats unlocked, which is your 3 skills that you choose, which is renown level 3, you'll have 9% stamina cost reduction. So you don't even need to have them all unlocked in order to gain the benefit from this perk. Compared to Survival Instincts and Crush Them or Galestorm or Early Reaper, I found Endurance way more useful because it doesn't rely on you being in critical health. It doesn't rely on it being your first hit after you respawn. It doesn't rely on you being the next hit after you kill a player. This is forever applied to your character during the whole entire match once you unlock your first feat. Furthermore, going on to the last perk that I picked for the 3 perk build for the Gladiator is Headhunter. For breach attack, you want to have as much health as you can and stay alive as much as possible without being down, because using your respawns as breach attack will deplete how much you have of numbers of respawns, basically lives, in breach attack. And once those reach zeros, you guys break and the game is over. No matter where you are, even if you're at the commander, it can still happen. So trying to stay alive and trying to revive other players is very key in breach attack. So Headhunter kind of works like the renown levels. It'll give you an increase per player you execute. It doesn't have to be a player, it could be a bot, it could even be a captain in breach attack. You execute 4 captains, you're going to have an increase of 16th health to your base total health. That's the 3 perks that I choose. Again, those are the reasons why and what perks I choose for the Gladiator for breach attack. Moving on to the feats, we are going to show you that I have Bounty Hunter, Righteous Deflection, Poke No Mortis, and Fear itself. And the reason why I choose these feats over their counterparts, I'm going to go ahead and explain to you now. First feat is Bounty Hunter, and the reason why I choose that over Iron Lugs and Deadly is because gaining health and stamina per kill, if you're getting ganked or even if you're not getting ganked, if you're in revenge or not, that health you gain is still going to be applied to you once you come out of revenge. So a lot of time in attack, when you're an attacker in breach, players want to come and deplete your response by ganking you and not allowing you guys to get not allowing you guys to get revived, and trying to execute you so you guys cannot be revived. So being ganked and killing a player when you're fighting 2 or 3 of them and gaining health off of that player kill is very beneficial, especially that you don't have to execute them. Now if you do happen to execute them, remember we have Devour. So Devour on top of Bounty Hunter is literally going to be like a half a life bar for you. You're going to be fine with this. This is going to allow you to keep going on in the battles. And then once you do that too, while you have Bounty Hunter, you have Righteous Deflect, which is going to allow you to gain a high damage reduction for a short time. And you'll see it in the corner of the bottom left screen. When you parry a player and you're getting ganked, it's so easy to parry everybody. So you parry somebody, even in a 1v1, try to get the parry off. You fight them, lead them, psych them into a parry so you get high damage reduction, and then start fighting, and then do it again. You'll see it in a gray color out of the box of Righteous Deflection. As it goes down, it's still active. Once it's all the way depleted, you have to do it again. But gaining health and high damage reduction in a battle, you're going to be able to keep going. I'm telling you, Gladiator is so OP. But I use that over Deadly because I'm trying to stay alive more than I am trying to kill the players. I think Deadly would be good if you're a defense breach, but as far as attack breach, you're trying to stay alive, and I just explained the reasons why. Iron Lungs, I've never used this perk, I ain't gonna lie to you. Being able to sprint when you're out of stamina. In my opinion, again, like Survival Instincts and other perks that rely on you to be in a certain state, I don't like. It's because I rarely find myself being exhausted, and if I am exhausted, I'm not gonna literally turn around and run away. The player's just gonna chase me and hit me. Why would you do that? Yes, it's cool if you're dying and you're exhausted and you're fighting minions and you're running a health, or you're fighting a player and you're dying and you're trying to get out of the minions to get to a health thing. Yeah, that makes sense, but that rarely happens. So yes, Bounty Hunter, in my opinion, is the way to go. Righteous Deflection, I explained why I go for it. It is awesome. 1v1s, 1v2s, 1v3s, it doesn't matter how many players you're fighting. It is so awesome to just call on high damage reduction just by getting a parry. So if I want to fight somebody, I'm going to try to lead them into a parry, into a heavy attack, so I can parry that and then get high damage reduction as I fight them. And then when I see that it's gone, I'm going to do it again. If I'm focused. Now if this player got me toe to toe and he knows me well and he's kicking my butt, I probably won't be so focused to realize that my Righteous Deflection is down, but I'm sure I'm going to be parrying in the battle anyway. Haymaker is cool. A lot of players expect it to come. Every player that has a bash attack, everybody abuses it, so the meta is, oh, he's going to bash. So that's something to, have fun with. I think in Dominion or other modes where your lives don't matter, even though everybody's lives matter, all lives matter, but I'm just saying for breach attack, respawns matter. And not only that, when you use bashes, it literally gives the player that you're bashing more revenge than like if you hit them with an actual hit with a light attack or a heavy. So that's my opinion. I don't even think you get revenge for getting hit, but I think in ganks you do. So you're giving them hella revenge when you're bashing players with bash attacks. But being able to deal some more damage or deal damage with characters that don't have bash attack damage is pretty awesome. But again, breach attack, let's go Righteous Deflection. I don't know why you would go any other way than Righteous Deflection. It is awesome. Again, revenge attack too. I don't like going to rely on revenge attack. The Gladiator, in my opinion, is not amazing being ganked. So being in revenge, what am I going to do? I'm only going to be able to really focus on one player at a time. And a lot of his attacks are just little pokes or the skewer. And the skewer, you're going to be getting hit all over the place if you're getting ganked and you're in revenge. This only and it only fills on attacks that you land. Half of the time you won't even see that you'll need this skill. In my opinion, these skills work good with characters that can have infinite chain attacks or can spam quick attacks like the Orochi that are really quick and light. Gladiator, in my opinion, isn't that fast. It isn't going to give you all that deflection, and you're not going to be dodging as much as you probably think you are with the Gladiator. And it's not going to give you as much revenge build as you're hoping for with this. I'd rather go Haymaker than revenge attack, in my opinion. But Righteous Deflection is the way to go for this build. Progno Mortis, I use this because there's minions. You can use it to kill a group of players if they're grouped up together trying to kill an ally, or if you're getting ganked, you revenge them, throw it on the ground when you deflect them with the revenge. They'll take damage. When they get up, you can keep fighting them. It'll be beautiful. Neptune's Wrath, it's really cool, but a lot of the times whenever I use this, I always seem to see it like a player's moving and I'm about to get him, he's in the clear, and then a minion goes through where I'm shooting and then it hits the minion. Or even one of my allies might accidentally walk in front of it on accident or go try to attack the player, and they're dodging each other, and then bam, he turned into the way, and now I strike my player instead of my ally. And not only that, a lot of players do see this coming. It's dodgeable as heck. It does about a bar of health, I would say, but not literally a total health bar, total half health bar, you know. So I don't know. Progno Mortis, in my opinion, is the way to go over that. Now these I don't know how to explain this. This is what Polidoras. I don't know how to explain those, but this is like a little net. You throw it, and it captures. It's like a rope. It captures you. You'll find yourself getting stuck if you know a player, usually like a Satyrian or the Gladiator, would use this. I've seen myself get caught in this a couple times because I'm not used to players using it. But once I know that they used it, I know, okay, I know what you're trying to do. You literally have to have a little distance in order to throw this at somebody. You can't throw it at somebody in front of you because they're going to hit you before you can even get their framework out. On top of it, It is pretty awesome. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it has got me a couple times. Like I said, twice I've gotten caught by this. 2 different times. Not the same time, not the same player, but when I've said that somebody's had it, I've been aware of it after that. But they'll catch me off guard. They'll throw it at me when I'm fighting him. I'm about to win him. I'm like probably halfway dead, you know. We're getting into a battle. Throw it at me. He just rushes me with the... I'm dead, yo. I can't do nothing. He got me. I was like, wow. But... again, like I said, be a team player, take out those minions, help your teammates, use Proto Mortis. This is cool. I mean, you are able to get out of it pretty quickly, but it does last long enough. If the player's 1 dash away from you, he's going to be able to dash forward and hit you. But if he's 2 dashes away from you and he threw this, by the time he gets up to you, you're going to be out of it already. I've been out of it so many times. I've tried it and players get out of it before I can hit them half the time. I hate it. So that's my experience with it, you know. But if you're good with it, hey, go with it. But my opinion is the grenade, and the reasons why I just explained. Now the last feat is Fear Itself, and the reason why I choose that over Catapult and War of the Crowd is because War of the Crowd doesn't give you no defense stats. It's going to give you it's greatly going to raise your attack and sprint stats. So think about it. Once you get this, you're going to be like in this little rush mode where you think you're going to go out there and kill people because you got a lot of attack and you're going to run everywhere because you got a lot of sprint. Don't do that, because you're going to be running out there by yourself most likely. And you're going to be trying to get the commander, and you're going to be getting killed, you're going to be getting ganked, or it's going to wear off by the time you do get to the player you want to get, or it's going to be halfway done, and now you're stuck there by yourself trying to kill a player without that stack of attack boost or anything else. I don't know, that's my opinion. I'd rather stay with my crowd instead of being the crowd myself, you know. So that's why I use Fear Itself, because it is a debuff to enemies, even the commanders, if they're in the radius of wherever I'm at. And my allies will benefit hitting the players in that radius, and they'll take more damage from their attack as well. Catapult, I've seen a lot of people use this to attack the ram. I don't really see that it does a significant amount of damage, but I also see people use it to attack the commander, and it probably does, I don't even know, what does it do, like a bar? It really doesn't do that much damage like everybody thought it was. And I'm glad that Ubisoft didn't allow perks or feats like this to affect the commander that bad, because oh my god, that would be retarded. And one thing that does work with the commander though, and you want to look out for, is like Voltiger's little sacrifice shields or recovering health banners. People can do that to a commander, so you got to be on it sometimes. People look out for that. But Fear Itself, like I just explained, it follows you in a circle radius around your character for as long as it's active. It's a purple color. You'll see the debuff apply to anybody that's an enemy in your territory. Even if an ally comes into the radius, the ally won't be affected, but the ally will be doing more damage to the enemies affected. That's it for the Gladiator build for Breach Attack. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.